Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Virtue's Last Reward. Last time we finished the treatment center. It was a great time, lots of trial and error, but I'm just happy we fully cleared an escape without having to take a hint. So yeah, good stuff. You know, we learned some stuff, some freaking freezing pod mysteries. It seems like 3 people were frozen. To me, it feels like Fork and Tenmyoji and the old lady are the obvious choices, but we'll have to see. But yeah, we're probably gonna do an AB game in this one. Clover's kind of try to tempt us, but yeah, let's just play this. Get into this. Is this another warehouse? Yep. Makes sense. Huh, so it is. Those doors are white. Okay, let's go take a closer look. Yep, good eye. So these are the 3rd round chromatic doors, huh? I guess we'll be coming back here pretty soon. What do you mean? Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about it. If he betrayed Quark, we can actually leave with Clover. Incentives. Yeah, that's true. So? Yeah. Quark. Dude, Cinema is so thick sometimes. Hey, Tenmyoji, are you sure Clover's the one you want to put your trust into? You aren't saying we should pick Betray, are you? Nope, we're a good boy. No, that's not. I thought that with Quark's condition, I'd be able to choose ally and not worry about getting betrayed. I'm not hiding anything. Yep. I mean, technically true, but you're trolling. Of course. I mean, I guess technically if someone got 9, who can get 9? Just Dio and Quark. Well, Quark can't get 9. It's just Dio, right? Dio and K. Oh, there's my answer. Oh, Fias. It's okay. Wait, Fi's a little dangerous. Cause she would pick Betray for sure. I think. Who's Fi with? Fi's with Dio. No, Fi's partnered with Luna, but she's with Dio, and Kay and Alice are with Tenmyoji, I think. No, Alice is with Dio because they were arguing. I think. Yeah. It was Alice, Dio, Kay. Actually, I don't freaking know. It doesn't matter. Hey, who knows, man? Maybe not all of them will immediately snake out. I feel like Kay won't, maybe. Fi might. Dio probably would. That's not going to happen. Fi and Luna are playing against Tenmyoji. He's only got 1 BP left, though. I really don't think they'd pick Betray. That is interesting. We'll see if Fi is bloodthirsty enough to actually want to kill Tenmyoji. If Tenmyoji picked Ally, they'd kill him. The same goes for Dio. Dio's definitely just trying to choose Betray. He's playing against Alice and Kay and Alice's BP. Hey, I mean, it's just reasonable to think about. I agree. But her BP is the same as Tenmyoji, so unless Dio's willing to kill someone, he won't be able to get his BP to 9. Yeah, but it's kind of like a weird stalemate. If you're at 1, you should just take the risk. Yeah, that is generally the best defensive trait. I mean, not against Dio. I feel like Dio's an auto betray every time. Dio's chilling. That's true. I feel like Kay's like the most unlikely to just leave. I don't know though. Yeah. You don't know that. Well, that's not necessarily the case. Honestly, best choice out of the people with 6 points. And me, but like, we don't count since Clover will just leave. I don't know, but it's possible. Well, we can think about how we're going to vote later. For now, we need to get back to the others. There's a couple things I've got to do when we get back. Why are you looking at me like that? Okay, back to floor A then. Let's move. I turned and headed for the exit. After a few moments, I heard Clover's footsteps following behind me. It's a long run back. Where Jose? Happy Alice? Are we the last ones? Oh, it's interesting that Alice is the one waiting. Last time it was Kay and Dio. Oh, well, everyone's actually just chilling here. I guess it made sense since they're not in the infirmary because Quart's not there. Tenmyoji's expression was furious, and from the way he was stomping toward me, I felt like I only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what had happened with Quart and the pods as quickly as I could. I don't know. Probably. Yeah, they worked on the plants. No, they're definitely safe. He's fine. Lock her up there, Tenmyoji. I'll choose ally while she's done. It is a long run back, though. The clover faces. As soon as she finished, she was off. Tenmyoji followed at her heels, and in the blink of an eye, they were gone out the magenta door. Peace. Alright, you guys got some explaining to do. You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the hell you go and do something like that. As she spoke, Fi gestured toward the line of the AB rooms. Only one was open. So you're saying only one person or one pair jumped the gun here? Well then, who was it? So it was you. Figured as much. Yeah? Yes, Dio. Yes, it is a big deal. Nope. Not with Quirk. We would have actually all died. Because one person needs to vote from one of the parties. No, not just. Are you telling me you didn't know? Didn't you find one of these notes? We found this in the treatment center. That is true. Wait, then who was in the treatment center last time? Was it Dio? Because no one brought this up. Huh. Well, whatever. You should really probably read it though. You get it now? If we hadn't gotten back in time, Clover, Quirk, and I could have died. And you just... So you wouldn't have opened the gate if you did? I don't know. I feel like he went in the treatment center. No, I feel like it was Alice. Alice's group went last time. Because I feel like they broke the news that she and Kay found a vaccine. But was it? It wasn't in the vaccine's in the pantry. So it was freaking Dio. So he would have known, but he clicked it anyways. I don't know, dude. Whatever. Yeah.
なんだか薬品の類が大量に保管されているようなイメージがある。そこにラジカル6の抗ウイルス薬、アクセラビルはなかったのか?
Nope. Nope. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those pods and that was it. Some jellyfish were there too. Besides, if we found anything to cure radicocytes, we wouldn't have put quark in the pod. They found it in the pantry, right? Where did they find the radicocytes cure last time? Who the heck was Luna with? Phi. Who was Phi with? I feel like Dio. Right. It was Phi, Luna, Dio last time. So there's no way they were in the pantry. So they had to be in the treatment center. I feel like they were. And they didn't get the notes? Question mark? I don't know, man. No, unfortunately. Oh. Well, it said so on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. That's better than nothing, though. Oh, right. There's one more thing about the pods I should tell you. As quick as I could, I explained what the records had said about the pod's occupants in their cold sleep. I can see it. If you can trust what we read, yeah. Who knows, man? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't say who they were or even when they were frozen. In a safe way. Yeah, I think so. That's what I thought. Dude, that's what I thought last episode. With like the heart stop or like what happens. I swear I had that question. Oh! Okay. True. I mean, I feel like I mentioned that too. I was just thinking like, how does the cold sleep even work if it stops your heart? But yeah, your bracelet would come off. Oh. So if we go into the cold sleep, our bracelets would come off. But what would be the point of bracelets coming off? Besides that person not having... I guess you won't die from being penalized and then one person needs to get 9? Or I guess 2 participants. There's 2 people who need to play the AB game. Yeah, who knows how it works with you. We should scan you in the pod though. Maybe it'll give some information about who he is. The armor. Well, Welp.
何もルナが謝ることはなかろう。単にゼロボスかゼロウサギが機能にロックをかけたというだけのことじゃ。
Made sense. He controlled the information before. But when Clover and I were here, it worked.
コールドスリープの機能使えたよね。
だからその後でゼロの野郎が細工したってことだろ。たく浮かれて損したぜ。
確かによくよく考えてみれば、コールドスリープを使ってバングルを外すなどという抜け道をゼロが見逃すはずはないですよね。
Yep.
あるいは私が口に出してしまったのがまずかったのかもしれん。それをゼロウサギに聞かれてしまって。
いずれにせよ残念な結果になってしまいましたね。
残念。
It was a good plan, kinda.
本当にそう思ってんのかよ。内心はほっとしてんじゃねえのか。お前のその体じゃコールドスリープにはかけられないかもしれねえからな。
なんてことを言うんですか。私は本当に。
Before Kay could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility.
アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り10分です。プレイヤーは速やかに投票を済ませてください。所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は協力に設定されます。
ねえ、時間が迫ってるよ。そろそろ戻らないと。
わしはここに残るぞい。
Whoa.
置いていくわけにはいかんからな。
Tenmyoji's was the Alice and Kay, right?
おい、何を寝ぼけたこと言ってんだ、じじい。
Or no, he's with Fi and Luna. Ooh.
ソロ版であるあんたの対戦相手はファイとルナのペア。
The ally gambit, huh? Let's see, Fi and Luna. You know he's done an ally. So you know it's a guaranteed kill if you pit betray. See what they do.
もしかしたら二人に殺されちまうかもしれないんだぞ。
わしの BP が1じゃからか。
そうだ、あんたが次のラウンドを棄権したら投票先は自動的に協力に設定
Bro, my hands are so dry, man. Freaking winter.
だからファイとルナが裏切りを選んだら
我々は裏切りなど選ばん。
Ooh, Fi. You know, when she says something, I honestly believe it. I know she's like capable of choosing betray, like she's not afraid to, but like I actually do think she's truthful. Unlike Clover, who is capable of clicking betray. Honestly, I wouldn't even put it past her to choosing betray when someone's at 1. But she would like lie about it.
協力に投票するつもりだ。
Nice.
初めからそのつもりでしたし、天明寺さんが棄権するのであればなおさらです。
ルナさんの BP も天明寺さんと同じく1ですから、本来であれば安全策をとって裏切りとなるところですが、天明寺さんは協力で確定しているのですから、ルナさんたちも安心して協力を選べると。
Yep.
まあそういうことじゃ。わしはファイとルナを信じておる。必ず協力に投票してくれ。
Dude, I liked how he trusts Fi now. Wait, was it Fi? Yeah, because we betrayed Tenmyoji last time. Sounds good. Okay then, Tenmyoji, you take care of Quark.
お前さんに言われるまでもない。片時も目を離さずに見守っておるよ。
Okay.
さあみんな、時間がないわ。行きましょう。
Go, go, go. Back at the floor, a warehouse reopened the AB rooms.
残り4分です。
Alright, Clover. We should probably head in too. Bam.
ねえシグマ、 B 階の倉庫で言ったこと覚えてる？
Yeah. You told me we should betray Quartz since we might not get another chance like this, right?
あれ撤回してもいい？
Huh? Huh?
治療室で天明寺さんと話してちょっとだけ考えが変わったの。
Oh, nice. I don't know what they talked about though. Maybe there's a reason why. You know, I just assumed he chose Clover over us to take him back because he doesn't trust us anymore, but like maybe Tenmyuchi gave her some good tech.
やっぱり私たちは協力を選んだ方がいいと思う。
Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the hell's happened with you two? What the hell happened with you two? Did he say something to you?
それは
He's your father?
言えないの。
Oh. What? Why?
どうしても多分話しても笑われるだけだと思うし。
I won't laugh.
本当に？
Yeah, just, I'm actually interested. Promise.
でもやっぱり言えない。
Okay. Now I'm pissed. Hey, come on.
それに約束もしちゃったし、絶対に誰にも言わないって天明寺さんと。
Pew, pew. Alright, fine. I won't ask about it again. But Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Twerk.
関係あるよ。だって天明寺さんにとってクオークは大切な存在だし、クオークを裏切るってことは要するに天明寺さんを裏切るのと同じで。
That is true.
ほら覚えてない？赤、青、緑の CD に分かれて進むとき、天明寺さんはこんなことを言ってたでしょ。
わしは今誰のこともと言ったが、
Yep, I always found this one weird.
人間がおるんじゃ。四つ葉じゃよ。とにかくお前さんならばクオークを安心して任せることができる。
私そんな風に言ってくれた人のこと裏切るなんてできないよ。
Aw. You seem pretty ready to betray him back on floor B.
だからあれは天明寺さんが何者なのか知らなかったからで。
Who the heck is he? Is he a future version of someone we know? Oh ho, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really is?
天明寺さんが話してくれたことが本当だとしたらね。
投票の締め切りまで残り1分です。
シグマ、お願い協力を選んで。
Well, now you made it doesn't matter, right? These are both short endings. Yeah. Fine, we'll choose ally. That would be funny to just choose betray right away. You aren't going to try and vote yourself?
だってどうせ装置の前に駆け寄っても首根っこをつかまれて引き戻されるだけでしょ。力ではシグマにはかなわないもん。だから。
Alright. With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. That wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. And he was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if he didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clifford said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely that I'd get a chance like this again. If I choose betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole. So what would my choice be? What would I do? Ally or betray? I choose... Oh, fuck it, whatever. You think Dio wins? No. Maybe. Just how short it is. I feel like Dio might just win or something. Okay. Why, you didn't look? You didn't see me push the button? Huh? Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed. Uh-oh. There's only one result I'm kind of worried about. The Alice vs. Dio round. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Alright, bid one first. Okay. Nice tie. Easy, easy. Quark, betray. Last second. Okay, it actually went how we thought it would. Interesting. No 9-person, so no snaking. Easy 8. For now. Yeah. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that. No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. So you guys chose ally too, huh? Freaking Dio, man. Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice K and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round. Dio's a little freak, man. Thank God they chose betray. Okay, dude. He pulled this out last time too. I don't know, dude. What can you do?
どういうことよ。
K would have 9.
わからないのか。お前らの投票先は裏切りでほぼ決まっていた。その状況で俺が協力を選んだ。K の BP はどうなる
6たす3で9に。
だろ。そうなったらもうゲームは終わりだ。人生も終わり。K は9の扉
I would have believed in K.
残りの8人はここに取り残されたまま不毛な一生を終えることになる。わかったか。だから俺は裏切りを選んだんだ。アリス、お前を含めて K 以外の全員を救うためにな。
Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal before finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut. So like unlike that, because the last one we did, Alice like walked away before the BP thing began, and she was with K and voting against Quark. So what happened there, man? She seemed fine in this one, which was weird.
アンビデックスゲートが閉鎖されました。アンビデックスゲーム第3ラウンドは星の回です。ゲートは星のマーク。なお、これを
This is the same.
ことにより
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means
星のカードキーを使えば何度でも AB ゲームができる。そういうことなんじゃない？
なあ、そういや、ゼロウサギがこんなこと言ってなかったか。
AB ゲートが閉まるとそれから
yeah. Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Is this the same? Red, K, Luna pair, Luna Clover pair. That's our hand, right? Wait, no. We're 8. Who's this? Tenmyoji? No. Dio? Phi. Alice and Phi. This is our hand. Okay, we're blue solo. I see. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair. Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining 3 are all solos. K is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. Is this the same? I don't remember, honestly. So how are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down in the floor B warehouse.
ああ、それなら聞いたよ。アリスたちのチームから。この倉庫でシグマと四つ葉を待っている間にな。
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Still just one option. Right, Tenmyoji and Quark. I guess that was what it was before, huh? Sounds about right. Alice and Dio again, man. Every time. Luna and Clover with K.
おや、次はパターン A です。
そうだ。白の第二扉を開くにはこの組み合わせ以外はありえない。ちなみに天明寺とクオークはこの場にはいないが、2人が黄色のペアであることは間違いないだろう。そうじゃないと青のソロであるシグマが誰とも組めないことになってしまうからな。悪夢だわ。
It's unlucky, man.
またしてもディオと組まなきゃいけないなんて。
アリスに夢はお似合いだろ。不思議の国を渡り歩いてきたんだが。
Okay. Dude, I want to pair up with Dio, man. We'll get it soon.
それでこれからどうしましょうか。 白の第一扉が開放されるまでにはまだだいぶ時間があるみたいですけど。
Hour and 20. Yeah, about 80 minutes.
とにかく気になるのはクオークの容体だな。
Where the heck did they find the freaking medicine last time? I don't remember,
ポ
man.
ットでは治療できないようだし。
ダメ元で抗ウイルス薬アクセラビルを探してみる？
Medicines. Good one game.
そうだな。みんなも手伝ってくれるか？もちろんです。
わかりました。
了解だよ。
Dio?
あねえな。俺も手を貸してやるよ。
Thank you.
シグマは
Yeah, sure, why not? Of course I'll help. What kind of jerk wouldn't?
よし。それでは別れて捜索することにしよう。
After some discussion, Dio and Tay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover and Fi and myself to the pressure exchange chamber. Well, it's not there.
解放までの残り時間が10分になった時に B 階の倉庫に集合ということでよろしいでしょうか。
Wait, are we gonna die? Is that how this route's gonna end? Or is it gonna be another be continued thing? We all nodded. Tay turned to Alice and Luna.
アリスさんとルナさんは治療室に行かれるんでしたよね。
ええ。
でしたら天明寺さんにもこのことを伝えて。
わかりました。
Yep, my bad for cutting you off.
集合時にはクオーク君を連れてくるのを忘れずに病と戦っている最中にポットから出すと気が抜けますが。
That is true. What happens if you prematurely remove them?
クオーク君のバンドルがなければシグマさんも天明寺さんも白の第二扉を開けなくなってしまいますからね。
了解よ。
さあ、そうと
Guess you can just slip the bracelet off and leave him there.
行こう。
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. Ah, good old pressure chamber. So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
いや、正確に言うと減圧準備室だな。この部屋は2層構造になっていて、減圧室は下の方にあるらしい。どうして知ってるの？
Because they did it?
アリスから聞いたんだよ。
Oh wait, no, it was Alice, Dio, and...
ア
Kay.
リスはこの部屋を探索した3人のうちの1人だからな。
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
そうだ。
Well, let's head downstairs then.
そうだね。
So this is the real thing.
そうらしいな。
Why do they have something like this here?
これもアリスからの受け売りなんだが。
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of the system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
ほら、準備室の壁際にずらりと防護服が並んでただろう。あれはウイルスの感染を防ぐためのもので、あれを着てこの減圧室に入らないと外には出られないんだとさ。
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
残念ながらその可能性は高いと言わざるを得ないな。
So the air out there is teeming with radical sits.
ああ。ねえ、もう一つ気になったことがあるんだけど。なんだ？さっきのファイの話によると、防護服を着てこの減圧室に入れば外に出られるってことにならない？
No, Clover, the door's sealed.
ああ、それはダメらしい。 減圧室の奥の方にある扉。がっちりと溶接されてて開かないみたいなんだ。
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
それを言うなら、Q の扉だって同じだろ。
Okay, yeah, but
まあとにかく、今はアクセラビデを探す方が先だ。
it's not here unless we were just shitty last route.
クオークを助けてやらないと。そうだね。
Do you think Phi would find it in the pantry? Unless Phi, Luna, or Tenmyoji swiped it. Though I don't know why Tenmyoji would swipe it without telling anyone.
それでは私は
Luna might be.
の方を調べてみる。
Who knows? I trust her though.
シグマと四つ葉はこの回を頼む。
Oh no, don't go in the pressure chamber and die by accident. Got it.
了解。
Well, we looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. What does that face mean? Wait a minute, you mentioned it, didn't you, back when Dio was asking questions? We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quirk lost it.
お前らウイルスが蔓延してるなんてニュース。
それはないけど、でも
But, and then Alice said,
ウイルスがばらまかれるという情報なら耳にしたことがあるわ。
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
わかったよ。シグマは信用できる人みたいだし、教えてあげる。
Risky decision, but I respect it.
その代わり、私が言ったってこと、アリスには絶対内緒だからね。
Fade to be continued. Alright.
約束してくれる？
I promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Oh, here we go. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. Jesus. What happened in those last couple years? You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. Oh, here we go, picking off from last game. I told you I've played the nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as a part of her investigation. That's interesting. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. Or maybe one of us are the terrorists and they just didn't mention it. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. And that's what happened after the 999. Now we know. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. What's Peck? Oh, whatever. My mom, I didn't notice that. My mom got real worried about me and my brother since we gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Makes sense. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. And he was in both of the last two Nonori games too. So anyway, we'd been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two Nonori games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom though, so after that, these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe and he composed music. He plays the harp and he started writing this kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. The mind stuff. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the secondary Nonori game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Nonori game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenic field. The purpose of the first Nonori game was to research the ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it, and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you, she told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot, more wealth than you could imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first notary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. It's interesting. You just never really mentioned that. I guess it made sense with their motives of wanting to make that super sender or receiver person. Wasn't that she asked something that I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second notary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. Oh. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. Sounds like him. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei equals like 7, another participant from the second notary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second notary game. 7 was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. Jesus. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half of the time, it was general knowledge and technical skill an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually know about Espers for quite a while and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But... oh no. Everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake and I got captured. Alice had come and rescued me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. Well, I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse.
うん
All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. Tired me out, but that's a lot of info, man. She sighed and her blonde hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
何
Well, first off, your powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now.
うんどういうわけかここではダメみたい
Think we're in the future and Snake died?
最初に目覚めた時からお兄ちゃんに向かって必死にメッセージを送り続けてるんだけど
No response?
近くに能力者がいれば共鳴作用を起こして力が増幅されるんだけどここではそれも期待できないしね
Feel like Phi low-key might be an Esper, but who knows?
でも
What?
私よりも能力の強い人がそばにいると力はその人に吸収されちゃったりもするんだだから
Well, we might be an Esper too, because of the things we knew this route.
って思ったけどそんなわけないよね
Or Snape's dead. Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right? Okay. So who are they?
それはそこまでは
Oh.
さすがに言えないよ
Might as well. What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
だってアリスに怒られちゃうし
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
でも
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
それが分かれば苦労はしないって
So you don't know?
判明してるのは近々行われるってことだけで
But that could just mean about anything.
そうだね来週のことかもしれないし来月のことかもしれないしもしかしたら過去のことかも
Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus?
だってそう考えたら辻褄が合うじゃんこの減圧室のことも新聞記事のこともそれから3人がコールドスリープにかけられてたって記録のことも
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? It's interesting. Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Ratatosits either.
嘘をついてるのかも
Phi did kind of give a weird vibe when they brought up Ratatosits in the infirmary. So that's possible? I don't know about Dio or K. Well, K has amnesia. Really? All 6 of them? It's kind of a stretch to say all 6 of them are lying. Minus K, I guess, because amnesia again.
K の記憶喪失が本当だとしたら5人ってことになるね
Yep.
あとそれからクオークも除かないと
So they're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I can kind of see that. Low key. I guess they are a little suspicious.
でしょ
And what's their motive?
4人が嘘をついた目的知らないよそんなの
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
愚民どもを浄化するためだって
Oh
ことがあるけど
god. Spooky. Purifying the unclean?
ちょっと待って愚民愚民愚民
Yeah?
愚民
What? What are you
う
doing?
るさい黙ってて何か思い出しそうなの愚民
Keep going.
グミングミン
Hmm? She leapt up suddenly excited.
ステラグミン
Huh? Neo, what?
もう忘れちゃったの？これのことだよ。
She did. Oh yeah, she did talk about that during the tape. As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. Right, the injection gun. It was the injection gun complete with a vial of medication. Oh right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
そう
I didn't have any idea what it was though, so I gave it to you. Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff before?
だからそれを思い出したんだよ。
Okay, what is it? You remembered?
お兄ちゃんから聞いたことがあるの。ステログミンはコリンエステラーゼ阻害薬、つまり筋弛緩薬、ハイメトリンの解毒剤になるんだって。
Huh. Oh, for the bracelet stuff, right? Sorry, but I still don't get it.
これ以上わかりやすくしようがないでしょうが。ああ、もうわかったよ。それじゃあもう一回言うからね。この注射銃に装填されてる薬、ステログミンは筋弛緩薬、ハイメトリンの解毒剤になるの。理解した？
Yeah, so it negates it. But like, how much doses is in the injection gun? Just one?
そう。ペナルティを課せられた人に注射される2番目の薬。
I'm just curious. I think, you know, exciting episode, but I think I'm gonna need to end now, dude. We're running pretty late. Next episode, we'll probably finish this route on the betray option. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Lots of backstory for Alice and Clover, what they've been up to. And yeah, we can talk about it more in the intro to the next episode. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.